Hello everyone, welcome to my another tutorial about Cisco Packet Tracer Computer Networking 2. Let's now work on another part of our topology, the green part where is VLAN 4 and 5. In this part of our topology, we will be discussing the legacy routing, which is about using one wires to connect the VLANs into a router, one per wire per VLAN in a router, rather than using only one wire for like router on a stick. So now we're now connecting the different devices to each other, the PC to the switch, and the switch to another switch, and the switch into a router. You can use the straight through cable or the crossover cable to connect the different devices. Okay, now let's move on to the switch where we will be configuring the truncates and the different and how it will be connect to the router. So for the first part, let us all remember what is the ports that we used for connecting the router to the switch, the switch to the switch, and to the PCs, as that is very important. And let's start with creating the VLANs first that we need to communicate or to separate the different ports into. So we created the VLAN 4 and the VLAN 5. Now let's go to the interface F01. We truncate it and switch port mode trunk, and we also switch port trunk allowed VLAN 4 and 5. This is to enable the different VLANs to go to the wires and pass through the wires. Now let's go to F023 and F02 and F023 switch port mode access, meaning we're putting these ports into a separate VLAN, we're putting these ports in a separate VLAN, which is VLAN 4, switch port access VLAN 4. Now let's go to int range F03 and F04 switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN 5. Accept. Now let's move on to switch 2, which will be configuring. When we are configuring the switch, let us first create the VLANs. But we could also go straight to int F02 and F03 rather, and we could go switch port mode access straight to. We could start typing switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN 4 and switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN 5. It will automatically create the VLAN when it has not existed. So now let's move on to the configuration of the router. Let us remember the highlight the IP address that I have laid out on the screen. So configure terminal, and for the G0/0/0, that is F24, that is connected to F24. F23 rather. The int G/0/0 is connected to F23, meaning it is within the VLAN 4. So we're going to use the 10.0, the 10.44.2.1. Now for the gigabit 0/1, it is connected to F024. That will be in access VLAN 5. So we're going to give it an IP address of 10.0.3.1 with a subnet mask of 255.255.255.0. And now let's go to the main interface, which is the don't forget to turn on the VLAN, the router or the ports on the router, as it is automatically off when you put it on your topology. Now let's test it out. Put the IP addresses and the subnet mask and the default gateway, which is most people use the first usable host as their default gateway. Now let's configure the other one, the PC14. Then let's configure the default gateway. Now if we're going to test it out, the first one will always be a fail. You just have to test it again or send the packet again for it to be successful. Let's test it out, and now it would be successful. So that's all. Thank you.